Pallet! Glad to be back. How are you all doing? It is the long weekend, last long weekend of summer. Which means nothing to me because, you know, I'm kind of a loser. I don't do much. Anywho, today, oh, guys, the donut palette is here! Glamlite. Bravo, Glamlite. It's so cute. Reminds me of the Simpsons donut. I just wish, you know, if I wouldn't get copyright striked for it, I could just be like, oh, the Simpsons. And a little ASMR as I rip it out of the package. Bam! It's spongy. It's nice. I don't know if you saw Glamlite's preview that they've been releasing of their new palette. The ice cream collection. I'll be getting all of it because it looks amazing. Especially those popsicle lip glosses. If you want to take a peek on Twitter, go to @MissGiselle. And she's got a lot of the previews up, so I'll be ordering that and I can't wait. Anywho, on to the palette. Look, it's so pretty! And guys, oh, this highlighter. People want to talk about a certain beauty influencer who's known for their highlighters. Far Starship. But look at this. You don't need to pay $50 for a highlighter. Look at this. Anywho, obviously I'll be taking that off with her makeup wipes. Like, I can't get enough of how cute they are. Like, this brand is just, I love it. Good quality. And then, like I said in my last video, I like any unique concept for makeup and packaging. So, anywho, yeah, I don't have much planned for the long weekend. I don't know what you are all up to, but I am excited to beat my face. So, let's dive in. Okay, we are starting with eye primer from the crayon case. I used them in my last video. They are a great indie brand. Most of the stuff I'm using today are indie brands. I don't know if e.l.f. is considered one. I really don't think they are. But they are very, very affordable with good quality makeup brand. So, again, whole goal here is to look fabulous without having to catch your food at the end of the week because you spent all your money on your makeup. As you see, like in the last video, the primer is tinted when you put it on, but it does not stay tinted. And I guess it really helps because you know that you have to work it in properly to not have any tint or creasing or anything like that. Anywho, very good primer, no creasing at all, and their theme is school. And I mean, look at this. This looks like a little glue stick. I love it. Okay, so into icing we go. By the way, so when you're starting a cut crease, what you want to do, very lightly, you're going to start to pack in right, basically on and under your brow bone. You do not want to start here because you'll be covering some more of that with concealer. You're going to muddy it up if there's a different color under there, or have to use a crap ton of it. You don't have to worry about how clean this looks under here because, again, that's the part you're going to crease. Don't worry about that. Anywho, so I was in the very last part of my college program. It was a 2-year paralegal program, and I was in the part where now you have to go out and do an internship at a law firm. And I was in the very first week, at the end of the first week, and my puppy Trip had a stomach issue that was getting bad, and I had to call off and take him to the vet. And my sister used to be a vet tech, so I always bring her along because a lot of vets like to try and bleed you dry or use scare tactics to get you to pay for things that the animal actually doesn't need. So with her experience, she's always able to tell me if the vet is full of crap or if there's a cheaper medicine we can use that's still effective, etc., etc. So down the road, we are driving on a Friday, on April 29th. And it was a beautiful day. Sunny, sunny, sunny. And I saw that the cars at the red light ahead of us had all stopped, and there was a mall on the right-hand side. And there was a space in the traffic that had made a gap for where you would be entering or exiting the mall. And I figured there's a chance someone could come flying out of there because not everyone are good drivers. In fact, around here, I'm pretty sure that they wanted out of a cereal box. Anywho, I slowed down to a stop to make sure, and this is in the left-hand turning lane, to make sure that I wasn't going to get hit. And what happens? Someone in an SUV decides that even though I need to turn left, what I'm going to do is I'm going to only look right to try and beat the traffic that's coming my way. So instead of turning into the lane, he smashed into me almost head on at a good 30 kilometers an hour because he was trying to go through like that. And then the best part was he had the audacity to then jump out of the car as I'm screaming in pain because my legs, everything under my waist was just shooting pain up and down. And he had the brilliant idea to come over to the car and start yelling at me and saying, "Why were you there? You mean in the legal lane that I'm allowed to be in?" Gee, I don't know, for fun. So, yeah, ended up in the hospital. I was okay in the sense that I could go home that night. And, yeah, that's when my whole journey started. I had to get a lawyer because I had an injury that prevented me from sitting or standing really at all. Like I had to use a cane at first, all that fun stuff. By the way, you are switching to a different brush to blend that out. So I got a lawyer because I still to this day, 4 and a bit years later, have not finished my college program. Because I, ladies and gentlemen, cannot sit or stand for very long. That's why you're going to see a bunch of jumps in my filming, because after basically every little step that I'm doing, I have to get up and walk around and stretch. Oh, Peep's awake and throwing his stuff around. Peep is my squirrel, in case you don't know. Maybe he'll make an appearance at some point. Anywho, I had to get a lawyer and sue because stuff was not well. Let's just say that. It was rough. It was very, very rough. And the best part about it was that for a year and a half to 2 years, the first year and a half to 2 years, I was told, oops, hey, there's no actual injury, it's just chronic pain, and there's nothing we can do about it, so you just basically gotta, and I shit you not, had an orthopedic surgeon, not the insurance companies, mine, had an orthopedic surgeon sit there and tell me, you have to look into your heart and push past the pain. I wanted to give him an enema with my foot at that moment, but yeah, I was told that, and also that there's nothing I can do to make the injury worse. So that's how I went for 2 years. And then a family friend of mine suggested a chiropractor that she had gotten great results from after all the other doctors said that they couldn't do anything for her. So I went to him and he did a full exam because no doctor really had fully physically examined me out of all the specialists and all the doctors I was going to. Oh, Peep. So he did a full exam and he found out that basically if you look at a picture of a hip, the very middle, that piece that does that, and then you'd see the butterflies, which is like your hips coming out, butterfly wings. The middle is called the sacrum, and basically the joint, I believe, that holds the butterfly part to the sacrum it's basically caused it to rip, but it hasn't ripped all the way. So every time I'm moving and doing stuff, it would rip a little further, and I would heal because I'd be off of my feet because of the rip. And then I'd go back to normal and push through, and it would rip again. So that's when we started to finally we had found it, basically. I can't believe I was the whole 2 years telling them, it's something that is wrong. It's a little thing that you guys are gonna overlook and cause me to have to be in intense pain every single day a lot longer than is needed. And I was right. So, first of all, never stop pushing. If you feel like there's something wrong medically and your body's telling you that and all the doctors are like, you don't know what to tell you, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Because they're overworked, they push you to the side, and with chronic pain, they like to think you're a junkie. So, it's super. Okay, now that that is blended, you are going to grab a concealer brush. Mine's from e.l.f. So let me clean it. I clean the brushes all the time after use, of course. Anywho. Alrighty. So, looks a little bit like this. You just basically want any brush that's small like this that can basically give you the ability to do detail. I'm going to take the concealer. I'll continue yapping about my accident soon. Just want to go over this. Alright, so I take it off of the, I believe this is referred to as a doe foot. And you are going to close your eye and very slowly, just like that. You want to try and make that line as even as possible. It's obviously not a straight line, but you don't want it to see skips like you do there. You want to go slow. Slow. And keep your lid closed. Because if you look up, you might smoosh it. Alrighty. Then, I'm going to extend it all the way out. Alrighty. Both cut creases done. Now, we move on to the color that matches my nails, which is Rusty. So, after the chiropractor finally figured out what was wrong with me, I was on a new road to recovery because there was finally an ability to recover instead of being told I'm going to be in pain every day the rest of my life. And started to wear, there's like a certain kind of back belt thing that helps this injury. Sometimes pregnant women have an issue that is similar to mine, so it's also good for them. In case we have any buns in the oven. Let me put too much on there. And yeah, that was all great. Things were looking up. And then the mental issue started. I never really was someone who suffered from anxiety. I mean, everybody feels anxiety at some point. But I wasn't really one of them. And not only was I having anxiety attacks, I was having panic attacks, avoiding places, and yeah, before I knew it, I was diagnosed with 5 different mental illnesses. One of them being agoraphobia, which a lot of people think is like, oh, I'm too scared to leave my house. No, what it is you will avoid a certain situation because you're convinced it's going to be stressful. So a lot of times I'm pressing too hard, I'm using too much, and there's fallout here, and that's why I don't put foundation on first. So, yeah, that agoraphobia is what can cause you to stay in the house. For instance, if I was in just a really shitty mood, I didn't feel like I had the restraint. I don't drive. I haven't driven since the accident. I'm hoping to get my license back soon. Like, I have the money to reinstate it. It's just, like, am I ready to drive yet? I don't know. But yeah, if I felt like I was in just a really, really horrible mood, I did not feel like I had the ability to restrain myself if I was running into somebody who was being an idiot. And seeing as I was taking the TTC, both bus and subway, those chances are pretty high. So I would just stay home. I was trying to run a dog business because still can't finish school, and I need money. Obviously, we need money to live, and I don't feel like resorting to other means to do it, whatever other means are, because I also just physically couldn't do it. So, as of now, I am growing my dog business. I am continuing to try and fix my hip. I'm on a blister pack of medications, one of which I just took myself off of, and am having a wonderful time adjusting this week because my body is going, whoa! Things like this, which I do not recommend. Don't ever take yourself off your meds. It's just, I have some experience with this in the past, and I felt like I knew what I was doing, but in no way do I encourage doing this at all. But I feel better. I feel good with my decision. I feel better. I've been off of it since Monday, which would make being today... Is today Friday or today Saturday? COVID, am I right? Being in the house all the time, not going places and spreading it, makes you lose track of the days. So, I'm thankfully, knock on wood, someone who doesn't usually break out, but apparently we're starting to grow a connect the dots pattern on my face. So, that's wonderful. At least I'll have something to do if I get bored. And yeah, I'm better day by day. I had a lawyer who literally abandoned me halfway through the case. So now I have a lawyer for only my tort part of my lawsuit. The part that just deals with your car accident, like your car insurance benefits. I still need a lawyer for that one. So yeah, it's been super. It's been super, and it's still so long to go. But I, no matter how much I seem to try and get out of the dog business, because this isn't my first dog and pony show. I had done this before, and I burnt out, like, done this before as in the dog business, and I burnt out for a little while, so I closed it down and decided to go back to school, and got thrown right back in, and that's happened more than once. So, at this point, it's almost like this is the career path I'm taking, because I don't see me being able to sit that much anytime soon, and I can't wait forever. I'm going to put some on my finger, because I can see this little spot here where I apparently didn't apply my primer properly. Make that more even. Your fingers are the cheapest brush you can use. It's just not always as accurate as some smaller brushes, especially my big fingers. Okay. So, on to bigger and better things, I guess we should say, right? Okay, now I'm just trying to figure out. I think I'm gonna have to get some sparkles out of my glitter drawer and do a little sparkle sweep here, because it'll take care of this little patch that's pissing me off, and it'll look more like my nails. So, be right back. Okay, so what you want to do before you do your glitter is you want to throw on lashes, because I find it's a lot easier to apply your lashes and then a little swipe of glitter instead of doing the glitter first, because I find if the glitter is on first, it makes the lash a little harder to put on. So, lashes on. Today I'm using the Taco Lash from Glamlite in Polo. Cute little containers, like I said. I just love this brand. And for the glitter, I will be using Glitterazzi Palette from Hard Candy, which again is found at Walmart. I'm going to take my concealer brush and go in with, I don't think they name these actually, these lovely shades here. Nope. So we're just going to go in with Sparkly as Fuck. Like that. It's like glitter surgery. You don't want a clump like this because you'll have too much fallout. And the key is to try and not get it on your face. That is way bit hard to get off. There we go. There's that lash now. Woohoo! Alrighty, just a little swipe. Matches that. And then again, pop it on your next eye. There we are. Hopefully you've done both sides now. Looking a little more like these nails. And now, to put some highlight up here so this blends a little better. I'm using a contour brush for the highlight because it's small and it's good with detail. And you just slowly paint. Slowly paint. Just like that. And then take a finger. Very slowly. Just like that. Just blend it in. And then again, other side. Okay, now that we have finished putting our highlighter on top of here, we now are done the very top part. Yay! That's usually the most intricate part. Now, for the primer. I will be using e.l.f. primer, tone adjusting primer in lovely purple, again Walmart. You can find this at and online. And again, when you go around your eyes here, you want to pat. You don't want to pull. And on the top. Let that set in. While we're letting that set in, trying to finish up my lovely story of my car accident. As of today, a little over 4 years later, still trying to heal. The only thing that's happened in the lawsuit is I've had discovery for tort. And I'm still in pain every day. If you suffer from chronic pain, I feel for you. I feel you. And if you don't suffer from chronic pain, oh my God, count your blessings, because to be in pain every single day, all day, is a hell that I would only wish on my worst enemy. I don't get why people say they wouldn't wish it on their worst enemy. If he's your worst enemy, you want to wreck him. Yes, my name is Raging Redhead. Are you shocked?
We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice. Not sleeping well. And I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
Okay, we are all done with our concealer and foundation. I am not going to do under eye powder or setting powder because I think that should be a completely different video because even I'm still really trying to figure out the best way to make it look and all of that stuff, so that'll be coming soon. Now we gotta finish the under eye, and I'm just wondering if you think I planned out my look before. I'm thinking maybe this one underneath, but I don't know. Or I could do a mix of this one and this one, which would be Frosty and Sprinkles. Okay, I actually think that's what I'm gonna do. So, we're going to take our lovely blending brush and make sure it's not dirty. We are going to go in with sprinkles first. Sprinkles. have you guys seen the latest launch from Jeffree Star Cosmetics? Can we say shit show? Like, good lord. But, I mean, he finally took a break from, you know, buying cars and working out and getting massages to address it. I hope he gives the customers a refund or sends them a new one, because I kind of feel bad for them, especially someone who has never bought it before and that was their first experience. I don't know. That man needs to either step away or focus more on his business, because I think he's getting a little too distracted from the looks of it with other things. And I'm not like just talking about his boyfriend, but who knows what's going on behind the scenes. Who knows if there's, you know, one of his other businesses is garnering more of his attention. But at the end of the day, Jeffree Star has built his brand and known for makeup. You would think he would focus on that. But either way, it's confusing. Let's just say that. Okay, now I'm gonna get a different brush, eyeshadow brush. And the reason I'm saying you want it to be different is because we're not doing as big of an area with Frosty right there, and you'll have less fallout. So anywho, yeah, I hope anyone, if anyone's watching, got the collection and had any issues, I truly hope that he addresses them quickly. Okie dokie. Are any of you out there chronic pain sufferers or dealing with any mental illnesses? I deal with a panic and anxiety disorder. I deal with agoraphobia, severe depression. Sorry, I was diagnosed with these a couple of years ago, but I finally am getting referred to a psychologist. This whole time, I've only ever gotten a therapist, which was yanked from me for no reason. Thank you, Allstate. So, I'm hoping that I can learn some tools to not rage out, and maybe next year I won't be raging redhead, I'll be chilled out redhead. I doubt it, but we shall see. And now you're going to take your blending brush and lightly blend underneath all of it together. Just one sweeping motion, very light touch, back and forth. Very light. No! I got some fallout on my cheeks. Quick, quick. Oh. Oh. Okay, I got this brush from Dollarama. Like I said, drugstore brushes or dollar store brushes aren't really the worst quality. This is called a kabuki brush. Honest to Christ, I don't know why. But what you're going to do is you're going to very lightly try and just... Oh, it's here too. Okay, so let's finish up the eye before we worry about anything else. Okay, now that we have properly blended our colors, again, don't worry about your fallout just yet if you have any. This is a company called... I feel like an idiot. I thought it was a company called Annabelle, and I wasn't sure if it was in the States. But this is Maybelline. I'm pretty sure you guys have it down here. And it is the Color Show eyeliner in, I don't know, crayon coal, I think that's the shade. Anyway, I don't know why I blew it, it's an eyeliner, but I think a good colored eyeliner can really elevate your look. And then the other side. One trick I find with colored eyeliner is if you go underneath your waterline as well. And, you know, kind of get the lashes with it. It brings it out more than if you were to just put it in your eyeline, I find. And yes, you are going over the middle color as well with this. Okay. Okay, now to address that fallout, if basically if you can wipe off as much as you can with a very light touch, you want to go in. You don't have to usually put any more product on it because it still should have some, you know, residual on it from doing your foundation. Really press and bounce that in. Do not drag it. If you drag it, you're more likely to get it all over your cheek and your cheekbone here and totally regret your decision. Okay. There. A little harder. Okay. There we go. And the very last step for the eye area would be going back in with good old contour brush and the highlighter again, which they called glazed. What a cute name. I love the palette. And oh, this highlighter. Oh, I just can't get enough of this highlighter. Pat with it. I don't usually like to drag if I don't have to. Definitely want to pat with it. Just want it to be a little kiss of it. I don't know why I can't seem to see these shades of blue without thinking about the Cookie Monster. From Sesame Street. Oh, Sesame Street. Nostalgia. Alright. Fix that there. And we shall move on with blush and highlight. Okay, now for blush. I'm thinking this color. This is from ColourPop. They sell pressed powder cheek. This is actually highlighter, but I like using colored highlighters like this for blush when I want a shimmer instead of a matte finish. You take your contour brush. This one's from Tarte. Remember the ones with the stampies? And fat end up. And then other side. Okay, back to our highlighter. And glazed. You want to tap that in. Oh, holy fallout. It's not much needed. I'm pressing too hard. Alrighty, and then again, remember our C shape. Or the awkward J. Yeah. Look at that shine. Look at that. Look at that glow. Perfect. And then remember all your usual spots. Okay, I look a little silly because I wanted to try this Glamlite Cinnamon Roll lip gloss and see if maybe it'll go, and I'm not hating it, but I think I'm going to save that for a fall look. I think I am going to go back to the lifted lip gloss from Maybelline that I used yesterday. It's gigantic compared to the other ones, so it's pretty easy to find. Naturally, I have to get up and look for it. I found it. Alrighty, Maybelline Lifter Gloss in shade Moon. You can choose to do a lip liner if you want, like a clear one, which, by the way, is the only kind of lip liner I use, because I just don't see the point, and I'm not trying to shade anyone who does it, and this is what a clear one looks like. It's white, basically. So I'm not trying to shade anyone who does it, but I don't understand, unless you want to overline your lips, why you would want to use, why you would want to buy a bunch of different shades when you can easily just use the clear lip gloss. I don't know if you hear the cavalry. I don't know if you can hear the howling. My neighbor's dog howls along with the fire trucks. So yeah, long story short, if you don't want to have to worry about how precise you are, definitely use a clear liner. Alrighty, and last step would be our setting spray from e.l.f. He's still going. From e.l.f. Oh, one thing I must mention. As good of a gloss as this is, as pretty of a color as it is, like it's a nice formula, it stays on, this has got to be the worst tasting lip gloss that I have ever used. Like, damn, I don't know if this is supposed to be someone's idea of like a diet solution, because you don't want to get this in your mouth and risk, you don't want to risk eating with this on and get that taste in your mouth, because damn, that's, woo! Okay, setting spray. And because this one illuminates, not gonna lie, I'm gonna illuminate the ladies. Look at this, look at this, wow! Alrighty, so, that's it, that's all, folks. Now you're ready to actually throw some clothes on, if you're, you know, like me. And that was the donut palette review. I think, and I've used several colors of this already. If you have me on Twitter, you've probably seen some of my looks already, because to review a palette, I like to use it more than once. I'm really liking this palette. It's really cute. It's the same concept in the regards to like ColourPop with the 9 little pans, but this highlighter in the middle is just so unique, I think, and the formula is just, I mean, speaks for itself. I don't even know if I need a ring light because it's just so bright. So yeah, more looks to come with this. As the looks come out with this palette, I will start to link it into a playlist. So each palette that we go through, you can get ideas for several different looks instead of just one look per palette. I have my Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival Tahiti palette coming. I don't know if it'll be here in time for the next review, but any other palettes you want to see me try, leave it down below, message me on Twitter. And other than that, have a great last weekend of summer. Enjoy and brace yourselves if you're in Canada, because it looks like our COVID cases are spiking, so you really want to make the most out of this weekend, not with like gatherings, but get outside, get some fresh air. And I don't know, I gotta say, I'm worried about another lockdown. Anywho, stay safe out there, bougie babes. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you on Twitter.